Welcome to your company's retirement savings plan enrollment meeting. My name is David, and today we're going to learn all about your new plan and how it can help you save financially for retirement in under 30 minutes.
Are you sure in under 30 minutes? Retirement savings is complicated, and knowing the right investment to put your money in is confusing.
I'm not kidding, in under 30 minutes. Beneco has made saving for retirement so easy, I'm signing up for my own investment account today.
Are you sure, David? Can you really do that?
Of course I can, but let's get back to the meeting. Everyone's watching us, and they still don't know who you are.
Oh, that's right. Well, hi, my name's Christy, and together with David, we're going to discuss savings opportunities, the process, the investments, and why your employer decided to partner with Beneco to offer you this opportunity. Retirement may sound so far away, but depending on your goals and when you want to retire, it may be just around the corner.
That's right, Christy. So let's get started. So who is Beneco, and why did your employer decide to partner with them to offer you one or more retirement plans? It's a good question. Beneco is a nationwide leader in providing solutions for contractors throughout the United States who perform projects that are subject to the Davis-Bacon Act, service contract, and/or state prevailing wage laws. They're an employee benefits firm that provides pension and 401k plans, health and welfare plans, and individual retirement accounts, commonly known as IRAs. Write this down, www.beneco.com. You can check them out on the internet later today if you'd like.
Your employer knows saving for retirement is hard. With so much to know and understand about the markets and investments, it's no wonder so many people never sign up. But with Beneco's help, the initial hard work has been done for you. You'll be able to easily choose your investments from a fund lineup, be able to receive investment advice 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at no charge to you, access your accounts online, and be able to talk to a Beneco representative when you have questions. And if your spouse wants to talk with Beneco, well, they can too.
Your employer is definitely looking out for you. They've ensured you have an opportunity to save easily. So now that you know who and why, let's talk about your plan.
So your employer mentioned to me that some of you work on prevailing wage projects and others do not. Because that's the case, your employer has provided you both a pension and a 401k plan to invest in. Depending on which plan you are in, you could have the option to defer a percentage of your paycheck and or having your prevailing wage fringe dollar amount contributed for you into your retirement account, right? Well, let's talk prevailing wage first. Prevailing wage is set by the Department of Labor on any public works project in the U.S. over $2,000. It ensures that all workers get a fair wage. In some cases, the contractor contributes the fringe benefit portion of the prevailing wage into employee benefit plans to establish a retirement for you and your family. For those working on prevailing wage projects, you probably already know for every hour you work on a project that is subject to the Davis-Bacon Act, service contract, and/or state prevailing wage laws, you are allocated fringe dollars by your employer.
Of course they do, Christy. But what you might not know is the fringe dollar is considered a non-voluntary contribution that is deposited on your behalf in accordance with your company wage policy and applicable prevailing wage contract. Since your fringe is going into your Beneco retirement account, the money allocated is not taxed until you take a distribution or withdraw from your retirement account. You actually could consider this another means besides Social Security to save for retirement.
Okay, stop. So if I understand you right, the allocated fringe amount is contributed to the retirement plan automatically. You don't pay taxes until you take a distribution, and it's an additional way to save for retirement?
That's right. Let me show you. Let's say you're an electrician and you make $28 an hour, and your company has a pension plan with Beneco that has 100% of your fringe contribution going towards your retirement plan. Remember, fringe rates may differ based on classification classes and where the project is being performed, but we're going to use $28 for this example, okay? Of that $28, $12 is your allocated fringe contribution. When you receive your paycheck for every regular hour worked, $12 is contributed to your retirement account with Beneco. The remaining $16 is taxed and given to you in a paycheck. You pay taxes only on the $16 now, but only pay taxes on the $12 and the additional money it may gross in your retirement account when you decide to take a distribution.
So in simpler terms, because we all know I like simpler terms, your pre-tax fringe dollars are automatically contributed to your Beneco retirement account. Now that, my friends, is easy.
It is easy, Christy. So just think, if you had the fringe benefit as $12 worked, 1,200 hours and were in a 25% tax bracket, you would be investing $3,600 into your retirement account instead of paying $3,600 to the government in taxes. Now that's your money working for you.
You know it is. But David, what about those deferring into the 401k? Is that the same?
Yes and no. Yes, if you defer into a 401k. You have the same tax saving opportunities, but the choice to defer is voluntary. If you are deferring monies into your 401k, you decide the amount of money by dollars or percentage. Your employer has no say on the amount nor whether you choose to participate.
So why wouldn't you participate? I mean, if I was 28 years old and was the electrician making $28 an hour with a $12 fringe, working 2,000 hours a year with an average rate of return of 6%, I would have $3,262,616 by age 65 in my retirement account. Wow, did I just say $3,262,616?
Yes, you did. But some employees may not want to participate, Christy.
I guess you may be right, but if you're considering not participating, let me show you something else.
Oh no, not the coffee diagram again.
Well, this diagram has really changed my whole opinion on investing in my 401k and my IRA. You might be thinking of opening an IRA with Beneco, but I've had mine since 2006, so check this out. In 2005, I used to spend $5.14 every morning on a cup of coffee. It was usually a sugar-free, non-fat latte with whipped cream and some sprinkles, of course. Except for the holidays when peppermint and pumpkin, when that was available. Okay, that's not important right now. But anyway.
Yeah, it's not important, I agree. I'm sure no one cares what kind of coffee you had.
Okay, here's the point though. So 5 days a week, I spent $25.70 on coffee. If you multiply that by 4 weeks, I was spending $102.80 a month. That's $102.80 on coffee every single month. That's crazy. Anyway, if I had invested that into my IRA for 1 year and had put it into a fund that resulted in an average 8% return, I would have $1,948.95 in my account. And even if I'd only bought 2 cups of coffee and invested the other 3 days, I could have had $1,170.51 with a fund returning 8%.
Wait. You have an IRA?
You bet I do. Now, since I opened it, I have a balance a lot higher than yours, Mr. I'm still thinking about it.
Mr. What?
I'm just kidding, David. But if you're seriously thinking you may not want to participate, you might want to reconsider. A $5 cup of coffee could start your retirement savings, and it really is that easy. And remember, once your money is invested, it is yours, all yours.
So now you know about your plan, but with all that said, remember everyone makes their own decisions on what funds to invest in, regardless if you're prevailing wage or not. Your retirement plan has a pre-chosen fund lineup that is continuously monitored for fund performance by the provider Beneco Trust Company. Beneco Trust Company works to provide you with high-performing fund selections and large numbers of low expense ratio funds. But don't worry about knowing what funds to invest in right now. In a few minutes, Christy will tell you about Benecoach, which is a software program through the use of computer modules that provides you individual investment guidance at no cost. And it's super easy to use.
That I agree with. Benecoach is easy and you can use it as many times as you want. But let's talk about all the benefits of having the retirement plan.
You really have an IRA already, Christy?
Yes, I definitely have an IRA, David.
I wanted to share with you why all of this is so important. So many people talk about savings for retirement and never do. The scary thing is, if you don't think about your financial future now, you may find yourself working and never retiring. Now, don't get me wrong, some people love to work and work well into their 80s, but wouldn't it be better to have the choice to decide? I mean, seriously, who doesn't want a choice? Let me explain. Jim and Sean, great guys, who had similar retirement goals. Retirement at 55, owning a lakeside cabin and a boat, water skiing, fishing, or just bouncing around in the water. That was their idea of retirement. Now that I think about it, that sounds pretty good, huh?
What sounds pretty good?
A cabin with a boat, fishing daily?
What does that have to do with savings and retirement? And fish?
Everything. Has everything to do with it.
Everything? Not quite.
No, really, everything.
Okay, continue.
As I was explaining. Two guys who had similar retirement goals. Fishing. Both Jim and Sean either deferred or contributed $200 a paycheck into their retirement plan. They invested in the same funds and had an average rate of return of 4%. But Jim started saving at 24 years old and Sean started at 35 years old. Doesn't sound like a big deal, right? Well, by age 55, Jim would have $318,801 for retirement and Sean would have $159,142. Not that $159,142 is bad, but compared to Jim, that's $159,659 difference in retirement.
Wow, that is a big difference. You never really think about that, do you, when you start saving?
No, but that's why Beneco is who they are. They do think about it. Beneco provides quarterly statements on your account and fund performance, plus a resource center filled with representatives willing to answer all questions you have regarding your account as well.
Beneco is good, but sometimes saving based on life events is hard.
It is, Christy. Sometimes you have to make adjustments, but understanding the consequences is a big one. For example, when people change employers, some people believe they need to take 100% distribution and close their retirement account.
What? Now, if they take that distribution, they're paying all those taxes and potential penalties.
You're right. Just last week, a good friend of mine, Joe, changed employers. He had a retirement account of $60,000. Because he didn't know his options, he took a distribution and ended up paying a penalty of 10% because he wasn't 59 and a half. And he had to pay 25% in taxes. So instead of still having $60,000, he has a check for $39,000. And that check, he put it in savings because he didn't really need the money.
Oh no, so all of those savings, poof, gone.
Yeah, poof is right. You know, if he had known his options and rolled the money over to his new plan or stayed in his current plan, Joe would have been better off.
Now, have you ever heard of the words retirement readiness, David?
Retirement what?
Okay. Well, retirement readiness is what it's called. This is something else Beneco does. They provide you updates and estimates on your retirement savings every quarter in your statement. No one can predict the markets, but understanding how much you're saving and how it affects your retirement goals can make all the difference. That is why Beneco's Benecoach is such an amazing program. With Benecoach, you can obtain individual investment guidance while receiving estimations on the likelihood of you meeting your goals. It also provides your estimations on projected wealth amounts at retirement, annual retirement income, and suggestions of contribution percentages to meet your goals. Now, too bad Joe didn't have this program, right? He may not have touched that money.
Yeah, poof. Benecoach is a must. You can use it as much as you want, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It will even provide you guidance on what funds to invest in and provides you education on the basics of investing. Plus, there's no cost to use it.
No cost, nothing, nada, not one single solitary penny. It is one of the benefits you get when you have a retirement account with Beneco. Now, if Joe had had that, he would have been closer to retirement, maybe even fishing with Sean and Jim. Now, that's a fish you want to catch, the Benecoach fish.
Funny, Christy. Benecoach fish.
Kind of funny.
Yeah. There are just so many benefits and advantages to having a retirement plan with Beneco, from tax savings to investment advice to investment selection and to the ease of enrolling.
And that is why we're here right now, enrolling you into your Beneco plan. Okay, what time is it?
What do you mean, what time is it?
Now, you said 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Oh, we're at 27 minutes. We have 3 minutes to go.
What are you looking at? Come on, get going. Tick-tock.
By now, your employer should have handed you an enrollment kit. Open it up. In the back, you will find your plan highlights, fun fact sheets, a Benecoach informational, and your enrollment form. Throughout the kit, you will find information that we have discussed, but the most important piece is on page 3, taking 3 right steps. This is a step-by-step process to enroll.
Now that is easy. We don't even have to go through the process with you.
Well, in a nutshell, you will find your enrollment form, select your beneficiary, and select your investments, which you can always change at any time online or with the assistance of a Beneco representative. Remember, selecting a beneficiary is very important. If something should ever happen, you want to ensure your estate, which includes your retirement accounts, goes to the person you want to have it. Without a designated beneficiary, your retirement account will go to the state and your family will have to work through probate. It's not fun, so remember to select your beneficiary. That's it.
No, that's not it.
No?
Nope. Now don't forget Benecoach. Find some time at home and go through Benecoach. It is located online at www.beneco.com. You will find it once you have activated your account. And if you don't want some paper statements, you can also go green. Just fill out the form that indicates paperless and return it to Beneco. It's in your folder as well. So now, that's it.
29 minutes and counting.
Ah, there you have it. The savings, the opportunities, the process, the investments, your retirement savings.
But we know you probably have questions. So feel free to call Beneco and talk to the representatives, or if one of the relationship managers is with you at this time, ask them. Your employer has gone to great lengths to ensure you have the best retirement plan options possible. And with Beneco, you have it. Remember, this is your retirement. Make it everything you want it to be and more.
And you want to fish.
Yes, I want lots of fish. What do you want for your retirement?
Oh, that's really easy. I want everything. Now, don't forget, if you have questions, contact Beneco.